Dallas, I know you're focused on the Cowboys. I get it. I know you're excited about the Mavericks and you don't care about Nico Harrison and you think that Anthony Davis and Cooper Flag are the answer to your problems and everything's going to be fine. I know that you are very happy with the Dallas Stars and you love hockey. You're a great sports town. No question about it. You had a World Series win just a couple years ago with the Texas Rangers. You thought you had it done this year, then injuries derailed you. You've had so much success with the Cowboys, obviously, over the years. I mean, if you're into franchise appreciation, you've had all sorts of cool stuff. You know what I like in a four-sport city? I like fighting. I like when teams are suing each other. There is a lawsuit going on right now between the Dallas Mavericks and the Dallas Stars. This is like when two brothers are suing each other, except they're not really brothers. It's not even that they're stepbrothers. The best part about two teams sharing a facility is you think that everything is copacetic. You think that it's kumbaya, butterflies, and unicorns. And in fact, they don't like each other. When I and the team I worked for was in the same stadium as the Dolphins, we hated the Dolphins. We hated everyone associated with the Dolphins. We felt like we were the ugly stepchild to the Dolphins, and we were. The Dolphins hated us because we were a pain in the neck. We had to have grass on a field where the football players wanted. We had to have turf where the football players wanted grass, all the different things. Well, here's the lawsuit. These two teams play in something called the American Airlines Center. You know that. You've watched games there. You've watched basketball. You've watched hockey. When two teams share a facility, you have an issue. And I have something for you in Florida and wherever you are with the new stadium. There's a part of a new stadium called capital expenditures, and there's something called the Capital Reserve Fund. You've got to fund that Capital Reserve Fund because stuff's going to break in a new stadium and stuff's going to get old in a new stadium, and you're going to need money to pay for a new scoreboard, new seats, a new paint job, a new roof. You're going to need money to do big capital improvement projects. You're going to want to build a better club behind the dugout. You're going to want to build a club right at midcourt for in-between periods, for halftime of basketball. You're going to want to do things different because when you design a new arena or a new stadium, you are designing it for what you think is going to happen, and you're not going to be right. You are going to say that we're ahead of our time. We're making this. It's the most energy efficient ballpark. There's charging systems everywhere. There is fewer ticket windows because people are going to use their phones. Well, David, the fact that you have two ticket windows is too many. The point is you try to be ahead of the curve, but you're not. Therefore, you have to have money put aside. You have to have money available in order to fix and improve the stadium. The fight comes when you've got two tenants in the building and you need those tenants to agree on the capital improvements, what form they will take, how much they will cost, who will pay for them, when the timeline will be for construction. The Dallas Mavericks are owned by the Adelson family. We've talked about that. Remember, it's the son-in-law, Patrick Dumont, who is the governor, not Mark Cuban, not Miriam Adelson, because she's an octogenarian, Trump-loving woman, and the NBA didn't want that, Cyrus. But she's the one who controls it. You couldn't name the Stars owner. His name is Tom Gagliardi. You just, whatever. He is who he is, but he owns the Stars. They're suing each other because what they want is they want to figure out, one, who's going to be in charge. The Stars say the Mavericks are thinking they're in charge, but they want to be in charge. The Mavericks are saying the Stars are holding us up. We're ready to spend money here, and the Stars are stopping us. We're in charge. When you have a joint venture with two teams, the way we did with the St. Louis Cardinals at spring training, we ran spring training with the Cardinals, Marlins Cardinals, Expos Cardinals, and then Marlins Cardinals. Watch the documentary. What does it mean? It means you better have an agreement in place that makes it very simple about who's in charge. You better have an agreement in place that makes it very simple about who pays for what. You better have an agreement in place that will not be misinterpreted, because that's what lawsuits are. When people look at an agreement that they thought that the other side understood, and they now believe the other side does not understand, so you go to a third party, you go to a judge or a jury to get them to say, no, no, we agree with you, or we disagree with you as to how you are reading this agreement, or what the responsibilities are for the Dallas Stars or the Dallas Mavericks. They're always about the money. Who's paying for what, when, who's got the control, how? Because no one likes to spend money without control. You try as parents to give money to your kids and not control. You try. It's the right thing to do. However, in business, when you are buying a company, can you imagine what we've talked about? All these people investing billions of dollars in a franchise and saying, no, no, you go ahead, Jeannie Buss. You keep control of the Lakers. I'll just give you $10 billion. It's preposterous. It doesn't happen. This lawsuit and this counter lawsuit are both interesting to me, because what has to happen is a settlement, because with the lawsuit happening, it will lead to inaction in the arena. It will actually stop what they are trying to accomplish, that will accrue to the benefit of both sides, believe it or not. So what do I think they do? I think they sue, they countersue, they settle, and they agree that the Mavericks are going to take control, because what the Mavericks are going to do under Adelson, they're just going to throw money at the problem. They're going to say to the Stars, hey, the way this is going to work is the Stars, you're moving anyway. The Mavericks want to move too. They want to figure out casinos. They have a much bigger play, the Adelson family, than the family who owns the Stars. The Stars are looking at a new facility, new mixed use. They may be going to Plano, Texas. The point is, the Stars are going to have to go away. The Mavericks are going to make the Stars go away, and they're going to do it with money. So that is what I would say is going to be the future of this lawsuit, that the Mavericks just don't want to be bothered by this. And it's called a nuisance settlement. A nuisance settlement is when you give money to someone, not because you agree with them, but because they're a pain in the butt and you don't want any part of them. And I assume that the Adelsons want no part of anything hockey related. We'll wait to see how that goes. As a matter of fact, Coca, we won't wait to see. We'll make it an official wait to see. Wait to see is when we tell you something's going to happen. If it does, fine. If it doesn't, fine. But we'll revisit it, and it'll be on our document at davidsamsonpodcast.com. So, Coca, please put this in the document. Wait to see. The Mavericks and Stars will settle the lawsuit, and the Mavericks will take charge of the project. Wait to see.